James, my Siri, y'all. You can catch me at the Diary for Monist. Shout out to the Monist gang. Okay, cool. So it's my goal that by the end of the year, we should have gone through all 7 laws of the universe on this channel. Today, we're going to touch on the law that governs creation, the universal law of gender. I'm going to provide 3 different levels of analysis of this law, but as usual, I'll first speak of the law at the most abstract level and then bring it down to how it can be practically applied. Cool, so the universal law of gender states, gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. Everything on all planes of reality has a masculine and feminine energy to it. The law of gender should not be confused with physical biological sex, although physical biological sex, like everything else, falls under the law of gender. At the most abstract level, when speaking of the law of gender, we're speaking about 2 specific energetic forces. The word gender is derived from a Latin root meaning to beget, to procreate, to generate, or to produce. These 2 energy forces portray specific characteristics. Masculine energy pushes outside of itself, while feminine energy draws into itself. Masculine energy infiltrates, penetrates, impresses an idea or blueprint onto feminine energy. And feminine energy absorbs, simulates, and creates the seeds that are given to her. I'll first speak of law of gender in the context of mental alchemy. The Hermedies noticed that people have a dual mind, the objective mind, which is now known as the conscious mind, and the subjective mind, which is now known as the subconscious mind. This Hermedies discovery is well accepted in modern psychology now, and was later popularized in 1893 by a leading psychiatrist named Thomas J. Hudson. I've discussed the relationship between the conscious and the subconscious mind from a psychological perspective in another video. I'll leave the link in the description. I suggest you watch it to understand the relationship between the 2 in order to fully comprehend the law of gender. But in short, the conscious mind involves everything you are aware of in this current moment, such as your thoughts. And your subconscious mind controls everything that operates below your awareness, such as your heartbeat and what makes up your personality, your beliefs, your attitudes, and your values. The subconscious mind controls about 95% of your daily behaviors. Cool, so now let's get back to the law of gender. The conscious mind is dominated by masculine energy. This is the mind driven by will. It's analytic, it's rational, and it operates on a voluntary basis. The conscious mind sends the blueprint idea to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind takes in whatever idea is successfully impressed on it and creates it and brings it to your experience. However, the conscious mind has to impress the idea successfully onto the subconscious mind for that to happen. The conscious mind, driven by masculine energy, exerts will and is passionate and is dramatic in order to successfully make an impression onto the subconscious mind. Hence the use of mantras, I am affirmations, vision boards, prayer. All these are done so the conscious mind can successfully plant an idea into the subconscious mind. And why there's an emphasis that you should be doing affirmations and gratitude lists daily. On the other hand, the subconscious mind is dominated by feminine energy. That's where our ideas are emotionalized. Feminine energy is creative and always active and in a process of creation. The subconscious mind creates and attracts the blueprint given to it by the conscious mind into your experience. What goes in the subconscious mind must come out. What's important to note here is that when masculine and feminine energy unite on any plane of reality, a new creation is brought into reality. Both energies are required in order for creation to happen. Here's the kicker though. Your subconscious mind is always being impressed upon. If it's not you consciously doing it, then it'll be a friend, it'll be media, it'll be family, it'll be whatever messages from the environment are continuously impressing upon your subconscious mind and is then acted out. So you need to guard the gates of your mind. Your conscious mind's will needs to direct your subconscious mind towards purpose always. And it needs to control your mental states, your emotions, your feelings, your habits, your qualities, and be a conscious director of what your subconscious mind is creating. If your will is weak, you will be controlled by others. So what's important to emphasize here and to remember at this stage before we move on to the next stage is whenever masculine and feminine energy unite, they create. And the reason why this is important to know is because whatever you're trying to draw into your experience, to create it, you need the masculine and feminine energy to unite. So your conscious mind has to be actively reading books, doing your vision boards, doing your gratitude list, your I am affirmations. It has to implant that idea continuously onto the subconscious mind in order for that creation process to come into being. That creation will just not fall out of the sky. The second part of the universal law of gender is that all creation has a gestation period before it manifests into reality. An example of this are babies. Babies take about 9 months for them to fully develop and come experience the world. The law of gender makes it that way for order to be obtained within the universe. When your conscious mind plants a seed or an idea into your subconscious mind, there is and has to be a gestation period. Creation is not instant. You have to send out an intention and trust the universe that it will deliver it to you. During that waiting period, the gestation period, you need to have faith and have no doubt that it's going to come into fruition. Allowing the subconscious mind to do what it already naturally does, which is create. You don't dig up the soil to see how far the seed has grown 2 weeks after you plant it. You plant it and trust that it's coming after its gestation period for it to reach its full development. However, within this gestation period, you're watering the plant. You must be focusing on why you can and not why you can't. And the actions you carry out during this period must support that. So what's the relevance of knowing all this? The relevance is when some people put out an intent out to the universe in order to achieve a specific goal, they get whacked by anxiousness. They get whacked by impatience. They get whacked by, yo, where is it? Like, why is it not here right now? And they fail to appreciate the gestation period which is within and governed by the universal law of gender. Knowing this helps to know there's no need for that period of anxiousness. Instead, transcend into a state of faith. I just was blessed to experience a goal I had put down in my goal book in 2015. That's 7 years later. And it has come into my experience with perfect timing. And I'm grateful for it. And it couldn't have come sooner. And it honestly couldn't have come sooner. There's a video I did explaining a Chinese philosophy of what you should do within the gestation period of the law of gender. I'll leave that link in the description. All creation has some gestation period, some quicker than others, but all is in perfect timing. As always, I refer to ancient text, and today I'll refer to Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2 from the Bible, which says, "Then the Lord answered me, write down this vision and clearly inscribe it on tablets, so that a herald may run with it. For the vision awaits its appointed time. It testifies of the end and does not lie. Though it lingers, wait for it, since it will surely come and will not delay." Cool. Lastly, even though I'll touch on this briefly, Napoleon Hill had an interesting analysis of the universal law of gender and creation in terms of feminine and masculine energy. And he noted this briefly in his book Outwitting the Devil and Think and Grow Rich. He highlights that there was a powerful pool of goals when he had a mastermind specifically with his partner, which is referring to his wife. So he's referring to individuals in relationships with pure intentions, love, and with a clear goal in mind that they're heading towards as a couple. And to be honest, I really don't know what to make of this last level of analysis. Ironically, there's a 20-year academic study of wealth creation carried by Dr. Thomas J. Stanley and his daughter Dr. Sarah Stanley, and they echo the same thing but in a different language. And this has been true for me and my serious relationships, where I would have a goal book with my partner, and it would appear as if the accomplishment of those goals seemed far seamlessly easier and quicker than when I did my own personal goals individually. The synchronicities of how easy a goal would pop up, to our experience. A goal that we both agreed on, wrote down and prayed for, and committed to obtain was just mind-boggling. However, I still don't know what to make of this level of analysis, to be honest, and I'm still in deep thoughts about it. James, my serial, you can catch me at the Diary from Honest. I'm in deep gratitude for you giving me your attention thus far. If you like this video, please do subscribe. Blessings.